We are live. Hi, Hassan. Welcome to Crypto Weeklies. My name is Josh, and I would like for you to introduce yourself to the community. We had a conversation a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, I should say, at this point, and we had a good discussion on your channel related to AI-based forecasts for cryptos. Today, I would like you to extend that opportunity to you to share a bit about CoinExams and how your service is being developed. What are some of your challenges and what are some of your growth opportunities, and especially for the crypto community, if you could share that.
Thanks for having me. I'm the founder of CoinExams, basically like a platform for crypto utility. I'm very obsessed with utility for the crypto. This is why initially I got interested in Bitcoin almost more than 10 years ago. And yeah, I'm currently just focused on researching more in depth in crypto in general, as I'm also developing like some crypto applications, including the CoinExams. So CoinExams is basically something, think of it like coin market cap, but instead of ranking crypto based on price, it ranks crypto based on utility. And it's objective because it's like has a fixed metrics. So it's not like ranking them A or B grades as some crypto rankings do, but rather it is like a simple equation that basically gives a score to each coin based on, for example, the speed of transaction, the how expensive it is to use, the supply percentage currently in circulation, the inflation, all these kind of objective metrics. And it's updated quite frequently. But the core product right now that we have is that we build upon this infrastructure by having a portfolio management tool that basically can automate your portfolio management through Binance. And you just connect it basically with API keys, and it does everything automatically, like trading and everything. And it's not like a very frequent trader or like a day trader mentality. It's more like a risk averse mentality. So it's like it tries to reduce your risk. So any asset that's overpriced relative to other coins, like let's say any asset shoots up, it actually sells a portion of this asset just to maintain the de-risk your portfolio and also benefit in the process. So normally, if you use backtesting on our website, you can see that if you follow, for example, the crypto utility index, you can get about 15% per year above the market prices. So it's not like, for example, 15% return on investment, but is 15% above the market prices, because obviously market prices, there is like the bear markets, so you will have all of the asset value in general drop, but you are increasing your asset volume. So let's say, for example, just to simplify, let's say you are entering with one Bitcoin and one Ethereum. By the end of the, let's say, 1 year or 2 year, you will have more than one Bitcoin and more than one Ethereum, because basically it sells in between them. It's capitalizes on volatility to reduce the risk, but also to increase your asset volume. So this is the target, to increase asset volume, not to increase the value, because the value we cannot really control it. So, but obviously on the long term, hopefully it also increases the value, because as markets go back to inside the bull like trends, so yeah, you will benefit from that as well. So, and we also have the most popular actually tool in our website is actually comparisons. So a lot of
Okay.
people usually fight on Twitter on which coin is better. So they would go to the comparison and then they can settle it out there, because then it will compare each coin based on utility. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks for explaining. It would be great if you could demo the platform if you have if you have some things to share. You can go ahead and present. It would be great to follow along, especially the site with an example so that the community can enjoy. Uh,
Okay, sure. That will be my pleasure. Just give me a second to share
sure.
uh, screen. Sharing. Okay, perfect. So basically, when you visit the website, you have the main table, which is the utility table I just mentioned. So if you
Mhm.
click on any of the coins, you can see a brief talk about the coin, and also the basically the chart, the price chart, and everything. And you can also compare crypto. So if you click here, let's say versus Bitcoin, you can see comparison between each of these two coins and all the
Uh-huh.
metrics, all the same metrics, but just like a superimposed charts just to show the comparison. And yeah, and you can compare. I think we have almost 12,000 comparison or something like that. So
Wow.
yeah, it's very extensive and it's also very fast. So you can see because this website is like built from scratch. Like even the images itself is generated uh, instantly. So there's nothing being loaded from the server in terms of images. Like the charts and all this is generated dynamically. But
Awesome.
the core component is basically the portfolio, which capitalizes on this data. So you can basically have an email here, and it's pretty anonymous in a way that all this data basically stays in the browser.
Okay.
So when you put a pin here, it basically ciphers your email, and we just
Hmm.
get like a hash of the email and the pin together. And
Okay.
so obviously you need to remember the pin. That's why it says like pin recovery is not permitted. So you
Okay.
have to remember your pin. But the advantage is that we don't keep any personal data on the server. So
Awesome.
yeah, that's the good thing about it. Okay, so then you create the account. It takes a few seconds, and you're already done. Now you can start setting up your portfolio. So
Hmm.
initially, you have to select the coins, like what coins do you want to include in your portfolio. So we have here almost like 100 coins or so. But you can
Yeah.
also go to this, instead of using the custom view, you can go to the indexes. So you can select of two indexes, the large cap index, which basically have the large cap coins, or the crypto
Okay.
utility coins. You can notice that even in the large cap, we don't have Ethereum because we just focus on crypto that has limited supply. But if
Okay.
you still want the unlimited supply, you can actually go to the this custom view and you can choose. The reason is that this is like a de-risking strategy that we don't want to have any, especially since the Luna fiasco, like we had this issue that basically something can go wrong in the protocol and you can have infinite supply. But the coin which is limited supply, then it's much more safer. Okay, so
Okay.
going back, say for example, we already have this selection of coins. You can see that the blue line is basically the hodling value. So if you hodl these coins but didn't trade
Hmm.
at all, you would get this blue line. If you day trade, you most likely will actually lose because like most day traders lose.
Yes.
Some actually gain, but the good thing about this strategy is like for everyone, it's easy because it's automated. And then you have this trading that happens based on the de-risking. And then you can see this healthy profit. So it's like during this 1 year, it's 21%. Obviously, it
Hmm.
depends on the market as well. If the market is very volatile, then it's much higher. If the market is like going sideways, then obviously it's not going to be as much benefit. And usually, if you go over to 2 years, it's much bigger because you have like more opportunities to capitalize on much more volatility events between crypto. So what happens here is that it doesn't sell to fiat, or this is not in fiat value. This is basically in terms of it sells in between coins. So let's say, for example, here we have like Bitcoin goes up. What happens is that it sells some of this Bitcoin and this redistributes across your portfolio. So it's like a rebalancing system, but it's much more sophisticated because most of the rebalancing happens like with fixed percentages. So let's say, for example, one asset actually deserves to increase. It's like not overvalued, then we leave it to carry on. We
Okay.
only try to de-risk it when it's actually beyond its target value, right? Like relative to other coins. So yeah, that's overall the platform. Is there any questions or
Yeah,
anything?
this is a really good overview. Just a question, a couple
Yeah.
of questions. That is, first is, who manages this portfolio? Let's say we choose a couple of coins or like top five coins. Uh, is there a bot which trades these coins when connected with an exchange, or is it something that is like a strategy that is recommended on this platform, and then the users have to execute that strategy in their own trading account?
Yeah, so the everything is automated. So basically, when you go here, you can
Mhm.
basically add your Binance API keys, and then you
Okay.
can choose. If you choose a few coins, it's basically allocates these percentages automatically. But also, if you choose an index, if the index changes, because from time to time, let's say a coin goes very overvalued, it will go outside the index, and then
Hmm.
another coin will join in, and it will automatically sell your holdings in this coin and add the other coin. But the best part is that you don't have to put everything in the exchange, because for me, I'm risk averse, so I don't want to put all my money in the exchange. So you
Yes.
can actually put your money in cold wallets, up to 4 wallets for each coin, and then uh, the strategy will consider this cold storage as well. So you can put maybe 5 or 10% in the exchange, and this is the amount that will be traded. But
Okay.
let's say, for example, this coin is very overvalued, and it sells all your 5% or 10% in exchange, because maybe the coin went up 20% or something, which sometimes happens in some coins, especially Nano. So what happens is that it will give you a notification here that you have to deposit from your cold storage if you want.
Oh,
So it's
nice.
like up to you, because it's a non-custodial solution. So you are always in decision making to decide
Mm-hmm.
how much you want to risk inside the exchange to profit. So yeah, it's always good. And yeah, I mean, because I created this solution because honestly, for me, it gets tiring to try to do it manually,
Yes.
uh, especially if you are busy or like that. So right now, for my own portfolio, I don't even look at it like sometimes for many days. Just and when I look at it, I don't need to do anything. I mostly just like look at it. Maybe occasionally I need to deposit some crypto, but for my side, like for the coins which are very volatile, like let's say smaller caps, I
Mm-hmm.
usually put like a little bit more than 10%. For the very large cap coins, which doesn't have this dramatic movements, I usually put less. So I don't need to deposit as frequently to the exchange from the cold wallets. So yeah, that's for any other questions?
Yeah, so while the bot determines which coins to sell or which coins to keep on buying, what are
Mhm.
some of the considerations that the algorithm behind the bot makes uh, for a crypto?
Yeah. So what it does is that each you see here each few seconds. So this is the counter basically. Each few
Uh-huh.
seconds, what it does is that it gives a hypothetical value to each coin, and then it checks again compared to this value. Does any of them have already like risen above this fair value? If any
Okay.
of them risen above this fair value, it just sells the amount equivalent to this. Let's say, for example, one of them has risen in the price 10%, but relative to other coins, it has risen maybe 2%. So it will sell 2% of your allocation from this coin.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you can see here over time. Also, you can see here this basically this chart. So you
Mm-hmm.
can see that the allocation at the start, like let's say if we make a back testing to 2 years, as it is
Okay.
the case, you can see that, for example, we started with 153 nano, and then now we have this amount of nano, right? So
Okay.
everything, almost all your allocations increased, except maybe the BTC. BTC is reduced a bit. This might be probably due because BTC is now slightly overvalued compared to other coin, because had like a huge run this year. So maybe
Okay.
that's why, but it's only 3%. But look at the huge gains in all the others in the volume. And this is updated, as you can see, it's updated instantly each time the price updates and the market data updates. It
Mm-hmm.
updates this data because this is backtesting data. So this data, how it works is that these numbers are
Okay.
the main numbers, and then it updates the start, like what is the expected start for you to arrive at this data today. So it's just an estimation. It's obviously not like 100%, like you cannot like concretely say how much is the number, because
Okay.
it's the price changes continuously, but just like
True.
an estimation how much the potential for this strategy. And if you change the strategy, let's say, for example, there is some minor changes you can do, like for example, if you go to custom here, you can change basically obviously what is the filters that you want to filter the coins on, so you don't have to see all this list.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can, for example, check the utility, what is the utility, the minimum utility that you need, but also you can give the weights. So you can give the
Okay.
weight for the utility, is it now or in the future? And also for
Mm-hmm.
the market cap, is it do you prefer larger caps or smaller caps? All right.
True.
So you can decide on this, and this will change the allocation, but also the strategy. See, the allocation changes.
Yes.
Obviously, you haven't yet allocated anything. Everything is zero. That's why allocation changes instantly, because this is a suggested allocation. But as soon
Okay.
as you put actual coins in, then it will start to giving you here notifications like this is I have over allocation here, you have lower allocation. And the good thing about this system is that you can use it for free if you don't want to use Binance, like if you want to trade manually. So you basically what you come here to do is that just come and put your cold storage allocation or even your exchange allocation. Let's say, for example, but you have to put it manually here. Let's say we put Binance, we put maybe some Qcoin, some other exchange or some other wallets. And
Okay.
then after you put all these allocations, it will do all the same calculations, but it will do it offline manually for you here. And then it will recommend you also the trading strategy. For example, sell this amount of this coin, buy this amount of this coin. So
Okay.
yeah, you don't have to actually, but this will be done obviously because it's not connected to any exchange. You have to do it manually, right? So yeah. So here it still says like you have this the suggested allocation. Why? Because if you go here, we already inputted our budget. But if you
Yes.
make the budget 0, then it will just focus on this two. So it will tell you, for example, here, please sell this amount
Okay.
of and buy this amount, right, of the other coins, right?
Yes.
But let's say, for example, we only have 2 coins. Just to simplify the example, let's have only 2 coins. So
Yeah,
you can
maybe
see,
Bitcoin
yeah,
any other popular like
yeah,
top
yeah,
10
yeah. So
crypto.
sure, sure. Let's say, for example, we have Bitcoin and Ethereum. Okay.
Mhm.
It will tell you, for example, you sell this amount of Nano and buy this amount of the of
Sakina.
Zilliqa, Bitcoin, and
Mhm.
Ethereum, right? And as soon
Okay.
as you do that, then it will be balanced. And you can check maybe each day. So initially, actually, this is the original system. So the original system was a spreadsheet. Then I
Mhm.
moved to this manual system. Then I got tired from actually doing the trades manually. Then I connected to Binance and everything's, I never looked back. So,
Nice,
yeah.
really nice. One follow-up question is that
Sure.
for this kind of portfolio construction uh, based on overvaluation, undervaluation, for the entire crypto asset class, do you consider like the risk and return or potential return for any crypto and the current risk levels for that crypto based on how much it has rallied or crashed recently? Do you consider those values to calculate which cryptos to be included in the
So
portfolio?
yeah, yeah. So this is very valuable. This is very valuable, but I don't consider them just because one reason, because they tend to be this critical metrics. It tends to be related to emotional sellers in the market. So if
Mhm.
you're going to consider them, you need to be like to keep close attention, not using a bot, but mostly using like a human as well, tracking them. So some people would do that, but it needs actually human also to analyze them, because if you analyze them algorithmically only, it's very challenging. It's not impossible, but it's just very complicated, right?
Yeah.
And it's not a sure thing. So I just try to focus on the simple strategy. So it's not like
Mhm.
a perfect strategy. Obviously, like there's a lot of metrics, as you mentioned. This basically technical analysis of the charts is
Mhm.
not incorporated here. So for here, we just basic underlying asset because it's like a long-term strategy. But obviously, if you want to also
Okay.
make much more higher profit on the short term, you take on more risk, but you have to also take in these factors, the one you mentioned, like for example, are we at the top, are we at the bottom, all these things. But
Mhm.
yeah, but for us, it's like this strategy just to maximize not the value of the portfolio, but the volume of the assets
Yeah.
for the long-term strategy. So if someone is a believer in the crypto, or doesn't have to be believer in all the crypto, you can just choose the coins that they believe in, and then they can just make a long-term play that whenever there is a volatility, it will sell between those assets. But at the end, you will get this. At the end, you basically will reach this goal that you increase your volume of assets. But yeah, obviously, if you have like these other metrics and you keep them monitored pretty consistently, then maybe you can make more profits, but obviously also like high risk.
Awesome, awesome. This sounds like
I
a
think this is your
dollar.
domain actually. So maybe you can we can segue to I mean your platforms, and because you told me like you have like initially we were talking like you just focus on the reports, weekly reports, but right now you're saying that
Uh-huh.
about your platform. So maybe you can also demo your platform, and I'm really excited to see how it works.
Thanks. Yeah, before we conclude on this platform, it sounds like it's not only a recommender
Yeah, sorry, I'm
on
thinking I'm
the.
having some internet issues. Just give, yeah, I think I'm having some internet issues. Just
Okay.
give me a second.
So before we proceed to Crypto
Okay, so
Weeklies, I would like to
sure.
thank
So I was saying
Hassan.
that,
Mhm.
yeah, I was saying that maybe you can also share your platform. I'm like really excited to learn more about it.
Thank you so much. I'll definitely do that. Before we go over to Crypto Weeklies, I would like to thank you for sharing the portfolio, and also this also brings another idea to mind, which is your platform can be used as like a dollar cost averaging input and as a research tool as well. So let's move to the current
We
platform that
actually
we are
have the
developing.
dollar cost averaging feature. So we have the dollar cost averaging. You can use USDT or you can use DAI in your portfolio and you can decide how much allocation you want daily or maybe weekly.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. So many use cases.
Thank you.
So this is the just sharing it now. This is the current status of our website. As we briefly covered on the channel, our platform mostly considers crypto forecasting using AI techniques and machine learning techniques, uh, and statistical measures to provide machine learning based output for several cryptos. We are currently developing this website. So we have broken down the crypto market in four chunks. One is the top 20 tier by market cap, the top 100 tier, which is everything from number 21 to number 100. Then the crypto pairs, which is like dot in terms of ether, fetch in terms of ether, and atom in terms of ether, render in terms of ether, like pair trading related crypto forecasts. And then the fourth part is the exotic cryptos, which we like to call everything beyond top 100 cryptos by market cap. So what we do on the channel is we go on looking at the cryptos which are trending for the exotic ones and the top 20 by market cap. We continuously update this list of what could be a forecast. So for example, we talked about Bitcoin today on when we were looking at your platform. If we look at the Bitcoin's forecast that we have currently on the channel, this is like year by year progression of BTC's price action. Actuals are in white, the bull zone is in green, the bear zone is in yellow, and we use algorithms, machine learning algorithms such as ARIMA and LSTM and XGBoost to forecast what could happen. This is again not financial advice. These areas that you see in green and yellow are one standard deviation confidence intervals. So we are saying, essentially saying, there is 68% chance that the Bitcoin's price for the remainder of year, again not financial advice, the bull case is all the way to 105,000 US dollars, and the bear case is all the way to 38,000 US dollars. So this is the 68% confidence interval, and the base case is the straight line in the middle, which is going up, which if you try to draw it back, it would cut the bull phase and the bear phase for BTC equidistantly. So that is kind of like the ever increasing fair value of BTC thanks to its adoption. And that the base case, just to remind the community, is between $50,000 and
Just to
$67,000.
confirm, this is the log chart, right? It's not
Yes,
like
this is
a
logarithmic.
normal
Uh,
chart.
yeah,
Okay.
it's not a normal chart. Yeah, we like to plot the growth of an asset on a log scale for the community to understand that every subsequent move is much harder to achieve the gains that BTC or any crypto achieved in its initial days. So for price to move between $10 and $100, the impact in terms of market cap is very low. But if you consider the same for uh, if you consider the same for in terms of uh, 10,000 and 100,000, that impact is very high. So just wanted to conclude this demo. Let me know if you have any questions. In the interest of time,
Yeah, I think I agree with you because a lot of people are go on about, for example, oh, Bitcoin reached 50,000 or like it's going to 60,000, going to 70,000. It's not about the number, but actually the percentage, how much percentage is it going up. So the log scale, I think, is perfect for showing that.
thank you so much. And any concluding thoughts? We have about 5 minutes.
Yeah, so right now, for example, for this charts and the analysis, is this like an image or is it like a live feed from the algorithm, the one you should just showed like for the
Uh,
bear case and the bull case?
it's a output of the Python model. It is a live feed, but it does have a hard stop. So we have to continuously for let's say for 2025 forecast, it won't show 25 forecast automatically. We have to code it when the time runs out, basically.
And do you run it on the server, this analysis, or it's run on the client and like on the user computer? Like, is it run in a
It's
browser or is it run on the server?
it's run in the server.
I see. I see. Because maybe it's like heavy computation for to get this data.
Yeah, the AI training part takes a heavy part of my morning. I wish it were as simple as running a command on ChatGPT, but
I
no,
see.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's 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 a arduous process.
I see. Perfect. Okay, so maybe you can actually provide an API for this on Rabbit API or something
We
like
are
with this
considering
data.
several directions for the channel. One is APIs, and then again a mobile app. Who doesn't like a mobile app? So those are
Yes,
the
correct.
two
Yeah,
takeaways
perfect.
from our conversation so far. So in the
Nice.
interest of
So
time.
right now for the
Mhm.
20 crypto, for the 100 crypto, are you doing the same for all of them?
Yes,
Or
day by day we are trying to get in as much as possible. We are not, and for covering the breadth, we are looking at the only ones which are in trend and which have some activity. So as to make our use of time in a very judicious manner. So we are only considering at least the outside top 100. We are only considering the cryptos which are trending.
perfect, perfect. It's actually very, very high potential, especially like this very challenging to predict because like as I mentioned, it's like it has an emotional aspect. But if you add machine learning, then you basically equivalent. It's like the computer equivalent of the human emotion because it's like can consider a lot of factor and understand, have like a deep understanding of why the chart is going this way or like expectations. So it's very difficult to do it with a normal technical analysis.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And in the interest of time, I would like to thank you for attending today's podcast. We wish to collaborate many more times in the upcoming years with Coin Exams. And we wish you a very good 2024 and potentially 2025 ahead. And
Thank you
hope
so
to
much.
stay connected.
Yeah, perfect. It was like really fun also to see making progress towards like an actual platform because what you're providing is very helpful data. I mean, like the market needs this unbiased data, which is like not based on emotions or just like hypothetical expectations. It's actually based on a scientific method. So yeah, it's perfect. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. The pleasure is all ours. And have a nice one out there. Thank you. Bye
You
bye.
too.